Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Democracy 4. I was looking at the political compass, and this shows me where the elections I've won so far have all been. And so you can see a very clear trend here. I'm very, very much on the capitalist side of things, generally tending towards liberal. And so I thought, I want to change this. I want to go for something different. Now, my authoritarian playthrough as France didn't exactly go particularly authoritarian, as we can see, but I think I'd like to go for socialist. We have tried socialist before as Britain. I was kind of going for a rather extreme version and ended up being voted out rather quickly. So let's see if we can do better and actually win us an election going through some very socialist policies if we can. Question then, of course, is which country do we pick? And here I'm just going to do it based on where most of my viewers come from, and most of you lot are from the United States of America. So I'm going to try and turn this into the United Socialist States of America, or United Soviet States of America. Don't know which is going to end up in the thumbnail. Okay, so we are going to be the American Communist Party, and our opponents are going to be the Democro-Republicans. So we have come about, surprise turn of the election, communists have won in America. The Democrats and the Republicans have sided together to oppose this, giving them a purpley colour, mix of their two standard colours, and we, of course, are going to be Socialist Communist Red. Okay, and as we've seen before, America's a bit of a mess. Very high crime, very moderate levels of education, health, employment, GDP moderate. Let's kick things off nice and easily. Let's appoint some ministers. So we've got someone here, Natalie Chavez. She's not overly loyal, but she likes liberals and socialists. We're really going to be pumping up the socialists. She's really good at campaigning, so that'll help us win the election, even if people aren't too happy with us by the end. Okay. Sean Taylor likes socialists and parents. He's our new welfare guru. We go economy. We've got Nathaniel Ruiz, conservatives and socialists. I'm not really decided how I'm going conservative versus liberal, really whatever's required to win the election. Our main goal is just to shift to the left. Excellent. Caitlin Turner, socialist and state employees, should be making both of those happy. Gabrielle Collins, socialist and liberal. Law and Order goes to Leah Jimenez, motorist and socialist. Okay, and Gabrielle Morales doesn't really like me too much now, but state employees and socialist, so should be coming on side. So we go stack the cabinet full of socialists. Got a little bit of a split between conservatives and liberals, so we'll just try and play both sides of that. This should help us shift nicely to the left. And our problems are very much the same as the problems we had last time we were in America. Antisocial behavior, in general with high crime, alcohol abuse, prison overcrowding, respiratory disease, also known as COVID, obesity, media monopoly, environmental protests, uncompetitive economy, and a skills shortage. And of course, a $100 billion deficit. Now, we do have a challenge here. This is America, and so we're going to be trying to appeal to the socialists, but there are next to no socialists. You can see that in the light blue background there. They really like us, but there just aren't that many. Trade unionists actually hate us right now. There still aren't that many, and we're going to be trying to appeal to them. State employees, there's a fair few, but they're not all that pleased. And capitalists, they're okay with us now, but they are going to be really pissed off with us before long. There's a huge number. So while trying to tackle problems and get re-elected, we are also going to kind of have to get rid of a lot of capitalists and convert them into the true socialist cause. And one nice cheap way that I know that we can start that ball rolling is Labor Day bank holiday. Push that right to the maximum, really celebrate Labor Day, help get us a little bit more socialism, a little bit more trade unions. And I'm going to bank my points, I'm going to be putting in a big change after this. Because if people are asking about putting in a toxic waste dump, I'm going to prevent the construction. The capitalists are going to hate us anyway. We may as well get some environmentalist support. Okay, so we've got a campaign focus to build up to the next one. This is something new. This wasn't here last time we played this. So we can pick a particular thing that is going to be our main advertised point going forward, and that will affect all voters. And I think here I'm going to go for crime, because I know that crime in the past has been quite easy to tackle with America. And just spend some money, but we can definitely manage that. Okay, drug addiction's about to fire. We can see if we can tackle that. Accidentally skipped the turn there. I did not mean to. So we're going to have water shortage soon. We've maxed out our political points, so let's do the main thing I wanted to do. That is labour laws. We're going to swing this heavily pro-union. Increases trade union membership and socialism. Also going to increase funding to prisons. That is going to push our deficit up, but it's going to get rid of prison overcrowding and help tackle crime. So transgender military ban, I'm going to endorse the transgender soldiers. Makes liberals happy and increases the number of liberalism. That's great. Because right now there are a fair few liberals in the country. Let's see if we can get them on board. Yes, we've had a major fire. It's not great. Credit rating's been downgraded. Also not great. Major donor abandoned the party. Okay. And if we're going to be spending a lot more, we're going to need to be taxing a lot more. So let's do one thing. We've got a lot of environmentalists. We can hit a frequent flyer tax. Bring an extra 20 billion. That's going to do very, very nicely. Reduces air travel, so should help things there. Also going to put in diverted profits tax. These are larger companies getting around their tax laws, and so we're going to cut those out. We're not going to let these companies declare tax in other countries. It is going to hurt foreign relations, but we can buff that with some other things. This is going to give us an extra 30 billion. And I'm just going to put in an international trade council just to help smooth over those foreign relations. Cost 1 billion, bring in some more trade, so at least have something going. Nice. So prison overcrowding is gone. Very nice. Okay, whether or not to allow school sponsorships, we're going to prevent that. Don't want companies affecting the youth. That's not very socialist. GDP is dropping, kind of to be expected. Health is nicely going up. Another big one, we're going to be putting in a punitive wealth tax. The wealthy hate it, reduces high earnings and reduces charity. Capitalists don't like it, socialists love it, and it brings up socialism. Okay, so the capitalists are fuming. Socialists are really, really happy with this though. And we're going to get rid of private prisons. We're paying money to prisons we no longer need. That's actually bringing down socialism, so let's get rid of that. So should we extradite terror suspects? I'm going to keep some of the conservatives on side, so I'm going to extradite them. I'm going to bring down our military spending a bit to save some money. Just the lowest we can go without spending too much political power on it. We're spending next to nothing on our police force, so it's no wonder we've got such a big crime problem. And since this is the thing we've promised people we're going to do, I'm going to put pretty much all the money from the army and put it into the police. Ship out a few A10s from the army so the police can use them. Okay, and then I'm going to do kind of an odd set of taxes. I'm going to put in an automation tax. Trade unions love this. It does come out as a downside that it does hurt technology. Start off by putting this in a medium position. Still gives us 69 billion. And we're going to use that money and we're going to put it into science funding, as well as technology colleges. So boosting technology, boosting the skills of our people, while at the same time just trying to make it so people aren't losing their jobs. We can use technology for all sorts of good things, just not to replace workers who need jobs. Going to cancel water cannons. I don't think there is any need to be spending 2 billion on that. Nuclear, take out rubber bullets and tear gas. Between all of those, the Liberals should like us a fair bit more. And that's just some money that we're not spending on other things. Allow foreign fighters to return. And say, yes, liberals like it, conservatives don't. We have slashed our deficit significantly. Okay, and if I really want to start boosting socialism, let's offer some government subsidies. It's not too expensive money-wise, really will start increasing socialism and trade union membership. Make trade unionists really, really happy. Okay, so Doctor Strike has kicked in. That's really not good. Corporate Exodus is probably going to kick in. I'm not too surprised about that. So public smoking ban. I'm going to ban public smoking. We do need to help lower respiratory illness. We are very, very popular. Crime is going down. We need to do something about health, though. Yeah, so one thing that will help us reduce the doctor strike is putting workers on boards. Further increases socialism and trade unionist membership. I think that's worth doing. And I'm going to bump up income tax. I'm going to then use that money to help the healthcare. People aren't going to like that one. Unsurprisingly, corporate exodus has kicked in. Police shooting has occurred. Need to do something about hospital overcrowding. Very, very popular though. And we've all but eliminated our deficit. Equally, we've got the corporate exodus. Let's just go full on communist. We're going to give workers dividends. Hopefully that will be enough to tick over the doctor strike situation. So antisocial behaviour stopped. So whether or not we bail out a company, we're going to do the socialist thing and take partial ownership of the company. There's possibly a food crisis, we might increase food stamps. So I'm just going to bump food stamps to maximum, put a little bit more money into the state health service. And I'm going to save some money by getting rid of health tax credits. We're going for the socialist route. We don't need to have tax credits if we've got a decent state system. I'm just going to do an alcohol awareness campaign, nice and cheap, helps lower alcohol abuse. Equally, I'm going to bump up funding to the community policing. Nice. Doctor strike's being called off. Health is nicely improving. Poverty's on the way down. Unemployment's going crazy because the economy, the GDP is crashing. Yeah, it is really, really bad. I'm going to further increase income tax. I'm going to implement technology grants to do something to actually help GDP. It also lowers religious membership, and the religious groups hate me right now. So we are massively, massively popular. Crime's almost gone. Just have problems like unemployment going through the roof. Getting some extremist religious groups cropping up. I'm going to put in university grants here. Not too expensive, but really help boost our education, help boost socialism, lowers unemployment significantly, and I'll hope tackle the skill shortage. Businesses are leaving, that's fine. We'll take care of people ourselves. Just going to throw in the telecommuting initiative. Let's go for city farms. Big companies are moving away, we can just become an agricultural country. Okay, so there is a religious plot against us. They are becoming rather threatening. We have got rid of obesity. Unemployment is going down. Credit rating's been downgraded. People absolutely love us. Tax evasion's probably going to kick in soon. So I'm going to put in wiretapping to help the security situation. Okay, so we are in a debt crisis. I'll support democracy protests. We've got campaign speeches available. Though right now we're getting 93% of the vote. Let's legalize gambling. Should bring in some more money. Religious groups hate us anyway. Tax evasion's kicked in. Great, because of the debt crisis, we have emergency powers. Still massively, massively popular. Okay, let's just max out income tax. And put in some unexplained wealth orders to tackle tax evasion. So let's see how the election results go. Well, the economy may be in tatters, but people love me. 60% of the total voting population voted 87% of the actual votes. Pretty decent turnout, really. Self-employed are the one group who don't really like us. Vast majority of them really do. So it helped a lot of things. Crime, as we wanted, has gone down. High earnings don't exist anymore. CO2 emissions are down because GDP has collapsed, as we can see there. Traffic congestion is down because GDP collapsed. Air travel, car usage down. Lifespan and the environment dramatically increased. Health is on the way up. And just as I wanted to do, we have swung very much on this socialist side of things. I think I'm quite happy keeping all of my people. They're all very, very loyal to me. Environmental protests have ended. Okay, so do we have public land law? Yep, definitely. Vive la socialism. Fake news might be tricking in soon. I got a new award there. Workers of the world unite. And actually, nicely, our deficit has gone down to only 17 billion. We have managed to convert most of the American population to socialists, and socialists are massively happy with me. Capitalists and wealthy hate me, middle income don't really like me. There's a lot of them, but they're also all socialists at the same time, so it kind of balances out. So yeah, definitely an interesting experiment. Never gone all of that socialist before, and that has worked out really quite nicely. Yes, the economy is broken. I'm not sure if it is going to be possible to unbreak the economy. Of course, we've got a bit of a cyclic thing. The debt crisis is lowering GDP, which is lowering the debt crisis, but GDP can't actually get any lower than it is now. So it might just be something we need to live with. By the way, if you enjoyed this one, do give it a like and subscribe. And let me know if you want me to go on for another term here, continuing to turn America into a communist bastion. Otherwise, until next time, hope you all take care and be kind to each other. Cheers.